Hello guys, welcome back to CTF Tricks once again, and today we'll be solving the Advent of Cyber Day 5. So for whoever who doesn't know, Advent of Cyber is a month-long event which is hosted by Tryhackme every year starting December 1st and it goes up until December 24th. So every day you get new challenges which includes new techniques in new concepts of hacking, and it starts from the very basics and it goes up to advanced so that you can learn all the way down. So today's topic would be on IDOR, Santa's Little IDOR. So I have just opened it in my other tab. So without wasting any more time, dive right in. So for this task, you need to turn on a machine that is the target machine, and also for this you need to connect to Tryhackme's network. You can do it in three ways. One is using the OpenVPN method, which I am using. The second one is using the attack box. The third is using the in-browser Kali machine. So for this, the split screen and I guess in-browser Kali machine is not available, but you can use the attack box as well as connect directly to Tryhackme's network using OpenVPN. Those two things are available, whereas attack box requires you to have a premium subscription of Tryhackme, while connecting via OpenVPN doesn't need anything. It's free and you can just connect directly, but it needs some skill of you knowing how to operate OpenVPN, and that's all. So let's dive right in. I got this machine IP. I'll just open it up in my other chat. Let's start from the beginning. I just opened it on another tab. Okay, yeah, it was open already. Okay, sorry for that. And so I'll do check. I My target machine and the attack box have started, and awesome. So today's topic is IDOR. So insecure direct object reference. And why it is insecure direct object reference? Because when we directly see like the IDs, you see over here there is a website. And when we say like I need the ID 1001, so the backend server actually fetches the ID whatever it has for 1001, and so this is called the direct object reference. So we are passing the ID and the server just fetches it for us, whereas insecure direct object reference means like if we do it for 1002 and let's say we are not supposed to have access to that page, even then if this vulnerability exists we will get access to the contents of that page. This is a very tricky vulnerability and it often is associated with like not proper improper access lists, the improper authentication and stuff. So it is a very really good like vulnerability at times, and you should be very wary of this vulnerability. So let's copy this username and password and go to this lab. Niels is the username, Tryhackme has 2025 is the password. I'll just paste that right in and do login. And we see over here we have logged in as Niels at the rate webmail.thm. ID number is Niels001. The address is 42 Chill Street. And we have all Niels' children: Bill, Bo, Johnny, test, and so on. There are multiple vouchers, and there are some used vouchers as well. There are some vouchers that uh, we need to claim. So what's going on is right now we'll check for something like, let's do a inspect element. I hope let me make it a bit bigger. So this is the entire page and stuff. So let me do a refresh, and on the network tab you can see there are a few important, very like crucial connections that we made. One is just the request to this URL, the other is some JS script, the other is CSS script. The other one is something like we are asking for a specific user ID to view the account info. So the account info that we are viewing right now is Niels, and the user ID for Niels is 10. So the server is actually responding to this user ID is equal to 10, and whatever we are seeing is for this 10 number user ID. So what if we change the user ID over here? Like from 10 we can change it to 11, 12, 100 or anything else. So what I'll do is, let's try that out. I'll go to memory, application, storage. It usually stays in the storage, but right now what I'm looking is for this local storage. So once I go to this local storage, here you see there are two cookies. So one is the auth token, the other is the auth user token, cookie. So these have two values. Like in the auth user, there is a plain text user ID like 10, email is Niels, role is parent, name is Niels, and all those stuff. So what if we change this? Just double click on it and press a new number, 11, and let's reload it. So once we reload it, we see the email as test@test.com. The ID is test-688. The address is 1 Test Lane. There are no children as such, but there are a couple of vouchers that are lying around. Now, what if we try to test our luck and we try user number 12? Let's do a refresh again, and it is a different ID number, I guess. What if we do it as 9? And what will we get? Test 604. Awesome. So here you see the address is not available and the account email is also not available. Sorry. Sorry, it's Tinus604. Tinus1604. And the account address and email are not available. There are no children as such, as well as there are the same vouchers that are lying around. So although we are logged in as Niels, we actually could like transfer from into various accounts and we could see their information. This is a very critical vulnerability, and I must say I have seen this vulnerability in real life. So let's go back to the Tryhackme and let's check what challenges do they have over here. So what does IDOR stands for? Insecure direct object reference. Awesome, we did that. And what type of privilege escalation are most IDOR cases? IDOR cases are usually horizontal privilege escalations, like they are not vertical privilege escalation. For example, you will not get some admin privileges from some non-admin users and as such, but if there are same level users with the same level of permissions, then usually you can get access. Horizontal, and yay, it's the correct answer. Exploiting IDOR found in view accounts parameter. What is the user ID of the parent that has 10 children? I'm not sure. So why not let's go into this and try our luck. So what we'll do is we'll capture this whenever we change this cookie, we'll capture it via Bob suit and we'll check the responses. So I already had Bob suit. Okay, so let me open it quickly. I'll just click start burp. I'll just click in, sorry, proxy. I'll turn on the intercept. So, and I have not turned on the Foxy proxy yet. So once I am ready, I'll turn on the Foxy proxy as well. So Foxy proxy is an extension that will easily help me to redirect the request to burp suite. And you can, there are other ways as well. So you can configure the proxy in the browser and use burp suite as well. But in that case, whenever you turn on burp suite, you always need to like toggle with the intercept switch. And whereas in this case, I can toggle using Foxy proxy as well. So if you guys need a detailed video on how to use Foxy proxy, how to install it, what are the advantages and disadvantages and stuff, let me know down in the comment section. I'll be happy to help you guys out. So let's change the user ID a bit. Over here, I'll do 11 and I'll turn on the Foxy proxy to use burp suite right now. I already turned on the intercept over there. So when I click reload, I'll get the request captured in burp suite. Awesome. So here we got a request captured in burp suite. So this is not a concerned request because none of this is making sense to us. So I'll click forward, and is there anything that I should be concerned about? I guess not. Okay, so in this request, what we see is we are sending the user ID to change to view the account info. Awesome. So what should we do? Let's send it to the intruder and we'll turn the intercept off. So once I send to the intruder, I'll click on clear and I'll select this 11 over here. Just select the number and click add. You could see this symbols before and after the number. Once you did that, go to payloads, select instead of simple list, select numbers, and let's start the numbers from 00 to 99. So why I did 00 is because I am not sure what number format they are following. So we'll follow the double number format, which is like 01, 02, 03, 04, and so on till 99. And I'll do a step of 1. So it will increment by 1 like 01, 02, 03, and so on. We do not need to change anything else in the remaining part and we can just click on start attack. Awesome. It was pretty quick. And there are various ranges of status codes like 404, 200 and so on. So we don't want any random status codes. I'll just sort the status code in ascending order. So I'll just click on status code once and it's sorted in ascending order. Awesome. So now what we will do is we'll analyze the lengths of the responses. So this length actually signifies the length of the responses that we are getting. So what is the longest length of responses? So this is the longest length of responses in the successful category, or this is the successful category longest response, that is 1456 as you can see, and it is a success status code 200. These are HTML codes. HTML code 200 means success. So in the children section, let's go over the number of children that they have. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. They have 10 children. That's pretty amazing, I would say, in this market. 10 children managing and upbringing 10 children, that's too much. Anyways, let's not go into that details. So what we found is the payload number 15 is actually has 10 children. I'll just cross it. I don't want to save this attack. So I'll just go to the user ID 15 and press reload. Awesome. So this is some Sir breeds a lot. Oh, yeah, that definitely Sir does. So Sir breeds a lot, and the address is Candy Road 5, and we have all these 10 children who are definitely because Sir breeds a lot. So the number of user ID who has the 10 children is 15, and we click check, and yay, it's a correct answer. Awesome. So next we go to the bonus track. If you want to dive even deeper, use either the base64 or MD5 child endpoint and try to find the ID number of the child born on 2019-04-17. To make the iteration faster, consider using something like burps intruder. If you want to check your answer, check the hint on the question. So let's copy this number and let's go back to our vulnerable website. So let's click on this I button to check the details. And we see, like, let's see what are the details that come up. So let's cross it, let's click on Bramble, this one. When I click on the this details I button, I see there are two tokens that are popping up. One is MTI, one is view account info. We already know that what view account info is. What do we know what MTI is? MTI is the base 64 encoding of something. Let's go to base 64 encoder on Google and let's check it out. Base 64 decode. And I'll just copy this MTI equals. I'll verify I am a human because I am, and I'll just paste it. I'll just click on drive decode and we see that the number is 12. So these are the numbers for like base 64 encoded numbers. I'll go back and what I'll do is I'll close this. I'll close this too and I'll turn on the intercept on burp. I'll go to proxy, I'll turn on the intercept. The proxy is already routing to burp and I'll click on the I button again. And once I do that, we have captured a GET request which is requesting for this base 64 encoded number. I'll just right click on it, right click on this request, click on send to intruder and turn off the proxy intercept. I'll go to intruder and over there I'll find like this request has popped up. I'll click on clear and then I'll select the base 64 encoded number string and I'll click on add. In this case it is MTI equals, and once I click on add you will see the symbol before and after of that base 64 encoded string. Now what to do? Let's go to payloads. We select numbers once again and from 00 I'll again go to 100 and the step will be 1 so that it increments by 1 like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. But one thing what we need to do over here is we need to have a payload processing. So we cannot send 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on because we need a base 64 encoded digit. So I'll click on add in the payload processing segment. I select the rule type as encode, and in the encoding style I'll select base 64 encode and click OK. Awesome. So now we are done. What it will do is it will sequentially go from 0 to 100, and whichever payload it sends, it will actually base 64 encode it before sending it. So what are we looking for? We are looking for a child ID number who was born on 2019 04/17. What we will do next is we'll just copy this number. I'll just copy this number. Sorry, I'll let me do the control C itself. Control C. I copied this number. I'll go back to burp suite into the where I was configuring this payloads before starting the attack. Now I'll select the resource. I'll select the settings. In the settings, I'll go to grep match. In grep match, I'll click clear. Are you sure you want to clear the list? Yes. In add, I'll click paste the date I just copied and I'll click on add. Awesome. So now it's time to start the attack. Let me click on start the attack, and we successfully have attacked. So you will get an output something like this. Here we will see the grep has brought up a new column for the attack. So I'll click on it, and here you see on one of the responses I get a 1. Awesome. So for 1, I got a payload of mtk, and I'll see the response for it. So in the response I see the child ID is 19. So for the 19th child, the date of birth is 2019 4/12. So I'll go back and I'll check that I have done it. If you want to verify, we see that the answer is 19, and we successfully did it. Awesome. Next is the bonus task is want to go even further. Using the parents voucher / claim endpoint, find the voucher that is valid on 20th November 2025. Insider information tells you that the voucher was generated exactly on the minute somewhere between 20.00 to 24.00 UTC that day. What is the voucher code? If you want to check your answer, click the hint on the question. Awesome. Let's go back. Now before moving to the next bonus question, I want to show you something else too. Once we click on this edit child, there are two buttons in the children. One is view details and another is edit child. This is something similar. I'll just show it in using inspect element itself. Once I click on edit child, you see like this request is being made where the what's this? Yes, this request is being made where this is the MD5 encoded string hash. Sorry. So this is a MD5 hash. What this hash stands for? To decode this, let's copy this. Search for MD5 decode on Google. You will find something like MD5 encrypt decrypt online. And once you go over there and if you paste it and click decrypt, you will get a number. So this hash is a number as well, which is hashed using MD5 encryption and is being sent. So basically there are two places like they are sending using base 64 as well as and MD5 as well. But as MD5 is a bit difficult to crack, I went ahead with base 64 itself. You can try using MD5 as well, and it will work the same way. So let's move on to the next bonus task, which was to find the suitable voucher from parents voucher slash claim. So let me copy this endpoint and let me paste it over here in the tab. Awesome. So I cannot enlarge the tab, I guess, but yeah. Anyways, so I went to parents voucher slash claim. It's the same page it seems, but not sure. So these vouchers are available. I'll just copy it. I'll just try to assign a voucher to someone. Oh, not my child. Damn, that's not my child. Oh no. Okay, I need to change that. The Niels user ID was 10. I'm just going back to Niels now right now. And now let's try it. So once I click on voucher and I try to assign it, before assigning it, let's turn on the burp. I'll just close this intruder attack as we have already completed it. And what I'll do next, I'll go to proxy, I'll turn the intercept on again, and I'll try to assign it. What I see over here is we are sending two things. We are sending the child ID, that is 2 over here, and we are sending the code while trying to assign. Once I click forward, it's something we are sending the user ID once again, parents vouchers and stuff. So let's go to repeater. Let's try to assign one more voucher and let's go to repeater. I'll choose another voucher, click on assign. I'll send it to repeater, right click and send it to repeater. On repeater, I'll click on send. And here you see like what we got. Like status is okay and the voucher ID is 19. That's awesome. That confirms that this voucher is valid. So what we need to find is we need to find the valid voucher on 20th November 2025, and like that is generated somewhere between 20 to 24 UTC on a minute. On the minute means like every minute on 00 whenever it strikes it, we will generate the voucher, and it is not 1 second uh, previous to the minute or 1 second after the minute or even milliseconds here and there. It's exactly on the minute. So one thing what we observed here is, let me cross that, these vouchers over here are UUID format. You can read more on UUID on Google. So UUID usually stands for Universally Unique Identifier, and these are a specific format where we have the MAC addresses and date, time, and all those stuff. So what we will do is we'll search for UUID decode and we'll get to this UUID decoder dot uuidtools.com decode website. I'll just paste UUID decoder over here and click decode UUID. And once I click decode UUID, Sorry for that. I guess it's got stuck somewhere or that's receiving a lot of traffic. I guess so. Okay, I understood the issue. Sorry for that. I actually turned on the intercept and I completely forgot about it. So right now it's a good time to turn off the intercept. So once I click on UUID decoder, the first link, we are redirected to this website where we can paste the UUID and click on decode UUID. So once we get the details of it, we see the variant of UUID, the version of UUID, the time at which this was generated, the clock, the node, etc. Node is the MAC address of the device. So let's move back. And what we need to do is we already know that it is a UUID decoder, like UUID format. So now you can use the help of AI or you can write a code on your own, which I did to actually generate the UUIDs for that specific day and time. So what we need is we need for this specific date 20th November 2025 and the time is between 8 to 12. So 8 to 12 means it is around, let me get the calculator on. So it's 4 hours into 60 minutes into 60 seconds, I guess. So am I right? Uh, yes, I guess. No, every minute, right? Every minute would be just 60 minutes into 4, 240 combinations. All right. So there would be around 240 combinations as such, like because every minute we are trying to generate this ID, the code, and I wrote the script for that, but my script actually I wrote it for like all the IDs every second as well, so kind of like that. So what I'll do is I'll just run this Python script, save it to our output.txt file. I'll go to this output.txt file. Oh no, I okay. Oh sorry, it's the six sequences. Oh sorry for that. It's for the I actually forgot what I wrote. So sorry for that. It's the six sequences, including the 1440 sorry including the 240 types 240 minutes for 240 minutes for each minute there are six sequences. So I'm copying all the sequences. What I'll do next is we already had that on repeater. I'll click click on this again. I'll click send to intruder. Now I'll move to the intruder tab. I'll just select this number over here. I'll first click clear. I'll select all and click clear. I'll just select the voucher code over here. Click add. On payloads, I'll just paste the entire list that I copied, and there's nothing more. I'll just start the attack. There is a different way as well. I'll just quickly go over that. So we have these numbers. Awesome. So we have a 200. That means at request number 418, we got a request code that gave us a code 200. So this is the final answer for that final thing. Like find, okay, let me click on generate a new tab. Let me increase the size and paste it. You can't zoom in. I'm not sure. Anyways, so here is the code that we are looking for. Let me click on this and let's cross verify. And 22643E blah 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 769. Yeah, it's the same code. Awesome. So we'll click correct answer. And now before moving ahead, I just want to show you that there is another way to actually find this code, which is click on new chat and click on claim voucher, and over here you will actually paste the codes. So click on claim voucher, paste the code, and then turn on the burp suit. Let me close the attack, discard, then turn on the proxy, turn on the intercept on, and click on claim voucher. Now you see there is a code over here. Now send it to the repeater. On repeater, on proxy, just drop the packet. Okay, why didn't we get that on? Okay, let me turn off the intercept. Okay, let me do it again. Sorry for that. I'll just claim, send it to repeater. In repeater, yeah, awesome. We got that code. So now I'll click on send and see. We get a voucher already redeemed thing, something like that. And okay, voucher already redeemed. Let me choose another voucher. So yeah, awesome. So here it shows the voucher ID, the created at date, the extra count, and the code. So this actually verifies if the voucher is present or not. So what we did, the way we actually found out the voucher is to try to assign a voucher to a child. So that was one way, and this is another way to actually check if a voucher is valid or not. And this would also work similarly. So that would be it for this video. And let me click on check. If you enjoyed today's room, check out our complete IDOR room. I'm not sure if it is lagging a bit. Oh, awesome. I forgot. I might have like the proxy on. I'll turn off the request. And yay, you did it. IDOR, Santa's Little IDOR complete. And voila, we got another Advent of Cyber ticket. So that would be it for today's video. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for subscribing to CTF Tricks and watching our videos back to back. Thank you for the support. Please press the like button if you like this video, and if you found this video helpful, please feel free to subscribe. That would encourage us to bring more videos, and we'll make sure you don't miss out on the latest cyber tech learning. So that's it. Thank you for watching.